This is the Uptick Newswire Stock Day podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube to stay up to date on penny stock news and interviews, public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world, with your host, Marcus Heatherly. Welcome to another edition of Stock Day. With us today, we have President Michael Salaman of GrowGeneration Corp. They trade on the OTCQX, ticker symbol GRWG. And we've been trying to have them on the show for a while. They've been trading up in the $5 range, currently this morning at $4.78. And we're going to get a little bit of update about what's going on with GrowGeneration Corp from Michael Salaman. Mike, welcome to the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Michael, if you would, could you give us a little bit of a about statement about your company and tell our listeners a little bit about what you guys do?
Our company is in the picks and shovels business. We started our business in 2014 once we saw what was happening in the legalized cannabis space. And wanting to be in the public markets, we made a conscious decision not to touch the plant, but to provide all the equipment, nutrients, lighting, accessories, pest control management products, and other products that growers need to grow cannabis on a large-scale basis. So our business is focused exclusively on delivering a complete solution, a one-stop shopping solution for large commercial cultivators for all their needs relative to what they need to grow a cannabis plant. Today we're in 20 locations around the United States in 6 states, and have been growing, really since we started. Our business model is based on a roll-up strategy of existing stores in the various legalized states that we're assimilating and integrating them under a national brand, under the umbrella brand GrowGeneration. So we've been at it for a few years, and we've been, very successful in assimilating. We've done, over 8 to 10 transactions already in the last several years, and we see more coming.
Got it. Well, we saw back in April, you guys purchased Superior Grower Supply. How has that helped you expand your market?
Opened up the Michigan market, and what we do on a strategy, perspective, what we do is we look at the markets that are going to go recreational.
Got it.
And that's a market that we believe in the fall will go recreational, legal, and we wanted to get into that market. And we found a great company. This is a company that's been in business for over 20 years, one of the original hydroponic retailers. And it was a father-son team that built a great business, $4 to $5 million business, earning money. And we acquired their 3 stores. So we have 2 stores in Lansing and 1 right outside of Detroit. And it gives us our first point of operation in the Midwest.
Sure.
So we see this being launched into Ohio and maybe even into Pennsylvania and some of the other neighboring states.
Got it. That makes sense. And being established 20 years gives you guys a nice customer base instantly. Mike, what is your growth plan and size of your market?
Well, our business is, we trade in about a $4.5 to $5 billion marketplace, which is made up of manufacturers and distributors that are selling these various supplies into the hydroponic and cannabis channel. And the cannabis side of our business is certainly the largest growth side of the business. So our growth is being fueled by more states coming on, more expansion of our same store sales from those customers that we already have expanding and growing and adding more square footage, which means they need more lights, they need more nutrients. So we're growing both organically and also through our acquisition model as we look to open up new markets like Michigan. I mean, we're very focused in California. We right now have 3 operations, 2 stores in Humboldt, 1 in Santa Rosa, 1 in San Bernardino. We'll be announcing shortly another acquisition in the Central California area, and we're also looking at another location down in Southern California. So we're looking, all over the United States, really, where there's a great operation that's been in business, that has a loyal customer base, that's earning money, we'll look at those opportunities where we can bring in, our marketing, our branding, our working capital, and our purchasing power. And at the end result of what GrowGeneration really has as a company is the ability to really pass that purchasing power of pricing and pass that on to our customers. So we're, becoming very competitive in terms of how we can, offer not only a turnkey service, but really the best price in the market to a very high demanding customer, which are these large commercial customers.
Sure. Well, what makes GRWG different than your competitors?
What makes us different is that we're not a traditional retail store. What we are is a knowledge-based service provider and solution provider for these large commercial customers. We're product-driven. We sell product, that's for sure. But what we do from a corporate perspective and a sales perspective is we're made up of professional growers. They're experienced. They have big agricultural backgrounds, horticultural backgrounds, and they really act as a solution provider. All of our customers run into some issue, whether it's a pest issue or a lighting issue or a layout issue. So we have CAD designers on staff. We have, a consultative sales force that is very knowledgeable about the complete operational side of running a large commercial operation, all the way down to genetics and certainly nutrients and fertilizers and all those things that make up a operation that is efficient, cost-effective, and yielding at the highest level. So our differential is not only do we deliver a great price, but we deliver it in a value-added way that really delivers something that we don't think the competition in the marketplace is really focused on. So we've taken a whole different, methodology of selling in, and we think bringing that knowledge base, commercial consultative, and also standardizing a lot of the processes from automation all the way through fertilizers, providing those proprietary products that we're designing and developing as well, really creates a very long, profitable and winning relationship with our customers.
You're tuned in today to Stock Day. We're listening to Mike Salaman. He is the president of GrowGeneration Corp. They trade on the OTCQX, ticker symbol GRWG. This is a real company with real revenues. They're trading at around $5 right now, $4.78 as of this morning. They recently just gave their first quarter 2018 revenues, and they're up to $4.4 million. So again, we're bringing you a real company with real revenues. Mike, how do you guys help assist growers?
We help assist growers as a service provider, a solution provider, a logistics and purchasing and supplier. And we, in essence, provide a turnkey operation for all of the supply side for a cultivation facility. And that starts with their build-outs, lighting, all their infrastructure for all the various components through the various cycles of the harvest, from vegetation, harvesting, all the way down to the drying room. So we provide, on a turnkey basis, everything that they need. And again, as I said earlier, we also provide a level of management oversight and consultative knowledge base support, so that we not only deliver the product, but we'll design the layout. We'll design how the flow of the operation should be to create the most efficient layout and process for their grow, whether it's an indoor grow or a greenhouse or an outdoor facility. We supply various solutions for each one of those different environments. Each one of those different environments has a little different mix of product and certainly a different layout based on, how we're utilizing sunlight and the conditions of that particular operation. But we really pride ourselves on being the outsourced supply side purchasing arm for all these large commercials. So they go to one company, they get one bill, we source everything, and we make their lives hopefully a little easier, more efficient, and they can focus on what they really want to focus in on, which is growing the best product and at the highest, the highest yield at the lowest cost and we become their partner.
Sure. And, you just spoke about management, and we always say here at Uptick Newswire that, management is key when you're talking about people. Recently saw in a press release there that you guys brought on a commercial expert, Yoshi Sakashita, to lead your commercial division. How is that going to help you guys grow your company?
Well, Yoshi has a tremendous background. I mean, he was with Hawthorne Scotts as a technical expert. He's been in the lighting business. I mean, the Gavita lights are still the dominant light choice for most of the large commercial operators. Yoshi has sold more Gavitas than anyone, we believe, in the United States over the last 5 years. He's been in thousands and thousands of grows, and he brings, not only the lighting expertise, but the infrastructure and the complete solution of what these growers need. And he's seen it all. And I think his experience as a leader now for GrowGeneration Management, our commercial division, it was a real win for the company to pick him up. And he's now leading a team of about a half a dozen consultative salespeople that have similar backgrounds and similar expertises. And we bring our SWAT team. So when we land a big account, Yoshi and his team go in and they assess, the entire grow operation, and we become, a value add provider. And certainly Yoshi's reputation speaks for itself, and he certainly has a large following in the industry, and has a very, very strong background, and has, I've only heard great things from various industry colleagues and that we touch in the market. So it was a great pickup for us, and certainly shows our commitment to this commercial business and how we can play a value-added role for these commercial customers.
Well, guys, you're listening to Michael Salaman. He is the president of GrowGeneration Corp. They trade on the OTCQX, ticker symbol GRWG. Great company, extremely undervalued in our opinion here. Real revenues up almost $1.8 million in the first quarter of 2018 from last year's first quarter. Michael, if there's something that you didn't get a chance to mention or touch upon, if you'd like to go ahead and give us a little closing statement here before we end the show.
Yeah, I just want to mention to the investment community that we are a growth company, very focused on profitability. We believe we'll be a profitable company. We're basically break even coming out of the first quarter. Sales have been up, close to 100% year over year, quarter over quarter. And we see that continuing into, 2019, 2020. And it's that growth that has attracted private equity investments. We just got an additional infusion of growth capital from Gotham Green Partners, which is one of the largest private equity firms in New York, specializing and focused on investments in cannabis-related companies. And we feel that it's been our execution, our focus, and a plan that's working that has allowed us to grow, our acquisition capital, which right now is in excess of $18 million, which is going to be deployed in the markets over the next 6 to 12 months to acquire companies and continue to grow our top and bottom line. And we're picking up some very large companies and really assimilating and aggregating this multi-billion-dollar business with one key differential. We're focused on the customer, and our customer is the grower. And as long as we can deliver value add to that individual and that that division within that commercial organization, we will continue to pick up new customers, buy additional stores that have great relationships in their local markets, and very soon we're looking to start the process to move the company from the QX to either the NASDAQ or the New York, which we think could occur, by the first half of 2019.
Wow.
So we're excited about where we're going. It's a great time in the industry. It's professionalizing, it's organizing, and more states are coming on. And GrowGeneration, as a service provider, providing these end-to-end solutions that are product base for the most part, is a great position to really enter and to achieve success and profitability as a public company.
Well, Michael, I do want to thank you for your time today, for coming on Stock Day. Do ask that you come back on in 4 to 6 weeks when you have new news and give us an update. Appreciate your time, and thanks again.
My pleasure, and we'd love to come back.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by Uptick Newswire, LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are those of the guests and those of the respective companies they represent, and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Uptick Newswire. Uptick Newswire encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional. The guests of this program may have paid for its distribution and are not directly affiliated with Uptick Newswire or this station.